that there were a lot of words in Spanish that already existed in English and in my mother tongue Hindi. Hi everyone, welcome back to a new video. You saw the thumbnail, you read the title, and now you're wondering what is this new technique that I'm going to tell you which will help you to improve your target language or will help you to improve your or increase your vocabulary. What is this technique? So let me explain this technique and then I will share few examples that I used while I was learning Spanish. The technique that I'm going to teach you today is called as the Lakshay technique. Call it whatever you want, but the idea is that you also adopt this technique and it can help you to learn language in a better way or in a fun way. Now, I will explain you the technique. When I was learning Spanish in DU and at the same time at Instituto Cervantes, one thing that I noticed was that there were a lot of words in Spanish that already existed in English and in my mother tongue Hindi. Now what do I mean by that? There were sounds in Spanish which were words which were already there in my brain in the form of Hindi or English. Now all I had to do was add a new meaning to it, a Spanish meaning to it, and that's it. I do not have to learn anything new. Just all I have to do is add a new meaning to it. And this thing really helped me because I had to do nothing. Words were already there in my brain and it made my life very easy, and also at the same time it made learning Spanish a fun thing and not something where I felt like I have to mug up these words. Oh my god, I'm forgetting these words, because these words were already there in my brain. Now I have told you the concept. Now I will explain or give you few examples of that so that you get a better idea. Example number 1 is the first word that I use every time when I'm teaching anybody or if I have to explain this concept. And the first word is pan. For you Hindi speakers, you already know what is pan. P-A-N, pan in Spanish means bread. And we all know what P-A-A-N, pan means in Hindi. It is something that we eat after dinner for digestion. So pan, this word is already there in my vocabulary. I've seen it. All I had to do was add a new meaning to it. So the word pan will give you a different image in your head. For me, it meant in Spanish, or for me now, it also meant bread. And surprisingly, pan is also bread in Japanese. So can you see that sounds that are already there with me? All I have to do is add a new meaning. Done. Example number 2. Mar. Now I did the action mar. Mar in Hindi means to hit somebody. Now mar in Spanish means sea. S-E-A-C. So the Mediterranean Sea would be el mar Mediterraneo. Mar is already there in my brain. I have to add a new meaning to it, make a segregation. Mar in Hindi, mar in Spanish. So again, word is already there in my brain, add a new meaning to it. That's it. Done. Example number 3 stuck in my head from the moment my teacher said this word in 2013. And the word was maa ki aankhein. It sounds like माँ की आंखें, मदर्स आइज, मेरी माँ की आंखें, तुम्हारी माँ की आंखें, पता नहीं किसकी माँ की आंखें. माँ की आंखें, MAQUILLAGE. माँ की आंखें in Spanish means makeup. So makeup, imagine makeup in Spanish is something really funny in Hindi. माँ की आंखें. It was always there in my head. I could never forget this word and I always use this word when I'm teaching my students. Now the next word, mal. We all know what mal means in slang Hindi. When we want stuff, when we want marijuana, we say mal. But M-A-L, mal in Spanish meant bad. So this word is already there in my vocabulary. Mal, all I had to do was add a new meaning, which meant bad. So mal now means bad to me. Again, I use the same technique, word which is already there in Hindi, in my mother tongue, add a new meaning, done. Again, a funny meaning. So those funny words like maa ki aankhein, mal always stuck in my head because it is already there in my vocabulary, and these words were a little funny for me. We are living in this pandemic, and the pandemic is caused by coronavirus. For you or for anybody else, corona would mean the virus. For me, corona always meant either the beer that we drink, because it is from Mexico and it is a Spanish word, and corona in Spanish means crown. So corona has multiple meanings, where corona for you or for most of the people it would mean the virus, but it meant either the beer or the crown for me, because when I was learning Spanish, I already knew what corona meant, and the reason the virus is called as a coronavirus, because the virus has spikes to it which makes it look like a crown. So corona which was already there in my vocabulary, all I had to do was add different meanings or add different images in my head to give me, or which helped me to learn this word. Next word is sin. Sin, we all know what sin means in English. I'll add the dictionary meaning over here. But sin in Spanish means without. So sin in English means a very different thing. Sin in Spanish again has a completely different meaning, which means without. Word already is there in my vocabulary. All again I had to do is add segregations in English, in Spanish. Done. Next few words are those words that were influenced by Urdu. For us North Indians who speak a mixture of Hindi and Urdu and English, for us it was very easy to remember these words. And these words are, what do we call shirt in Hindi? Kameez. In Spanish, kameez is camisa. Another example, button. Button in Hindi is, it's in Hindi only, button. In Spanish, it is botón, and in English, it is button. So very similar sounds. I had to do nothing. It is already there in my brain. Next example would be pant in Hindi is patloon. English, pant. And in Spanish, pantalon. I had to make few tweaks here and there, and these words are already there in my brain. Add another, or maybe just have to make few sound adjustments here and there, and I'm done. I already have that vocabulary. I do not have to mug up these words. Words are already there in my brain. So yeah guys, this was my technique, the Lakshay technique, where I use similar sounds or words which were already there in my brain, in my vocabulary, and all I had to do was add a new meaning and tell myself this means this in this language, and I'm done. And if you guys have your technique or any other cool technique to learn vocabulary, to learn a language, or get better at the whole process of learning languages, please let me know in the comments. If you like the video, give a video a thumbs up. It helps me. And so till the next one, adios. So guys, if you're enjoying the videos, please consider subscribing to the channel.